April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Advisory mentions violence, rape, sex, trauma, child abuse.
We understand that sexual assault and sexual violence are not easy to talk about, but here are some really important things for you to know and share with others. Let's start and continue to have this conversation.
Hi, my name is Annie.
Byakta Hon, I go by Hon.
Ba Huang. Dot. My name is Dee.
Esther.
Lexi. Lisa. My pronouns are she, her, and hers.
And I'm part of the OSS Big Sisters.
The OSS Big Sisters program is a program designed to help girls develop sisterhood, self-love, and self-healing while focusing on gender-based violence and other violences they experience.
What is sexual assault?
Sexual assault is touching someone, whether it's with an object or with your hands, without the person's consent.
Sexual assault is manipulation.
Anything done to people without their consent and it makes them uncomfortable and it's inappropriate.
According to the World Health Organization, sexual violence is defined as any sexual act, attempt to obtain a sexual act, unwanted sexual comments or advances, or acts to traffic or otherwise directed against a person's sexuality using force by any person regardless of their relationship to the victim in any setting, including but not limited to home and work. Sexual violence includes sexual actions and threats that are experienced as invasive to the body and violate bodily integrity. Why is it so hard to talk about sexual violence?
Sexual violence is so hard to talk about within our communities because it requires for the sexual predators to be held accountable, and that will disrupt the peace within our communities. So therefore, our communities like to sugarcoat that we don't have all of those underlying issues.
Sexual violence is so hard to talk about because we live in a male-dominant society where a lot of female voices are suppressed.
What does sexual violence look like in our community?
Sexual assault is rape.
So like an example is like you're pressuring someone to have sexual intercourse when that person doesn't want to. And this doesn't have to be specifically for women, it could be for men and women too.
Why are issues of sexual violence important to you?
Issues of sexual violence are important to me because majority of the girls on a daily experiences sexual assault, and it's something that they don't want to experience and something that they don't ask for.
Sexual violence is very important because it can start at a very young age. And sometimes we don't even realize it.
Issues of sexual violence are important to me because it is so prominent within our communities. I hear from many of my friends who have gone through, who have been sexually assaulted, who have experienced sexual violence in any shape or form, and the fact that they are so traumatized by it, but they are suppressed within their voices, and then they're scared to even express the experiences that they've gone through really is painful to me.
What can you do to support survivors of sexual violence?
Show you care, not ignore them, and if they feel comfortable sharing out their story, make sure it just stays between you.
To support survivors of sexual violence, I can listen to them and not judge them, and I can also believe them instead of victim blaming them.
What would you like to say to survivors of sexual violence?
You guys are not alone, and many people are also going through the same thing. And I believe you guys and know that you guys are strong enough. You are strong.
Your worth does not decrease just because of someone else's actions, and that you should not be ashamed of yourself.
That you are not viewed any different, and that we are always here for you, so always seek for help, and that you weren't the problem as to why you were assaulted.
Your past doesn't define you.
Confidentiality and safety is our number one priority. So if you or someone you know would like more information, do not hesitate to contact us at 414-930-9352. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. If you are seeking support outside of our office hours, please contact the 24/7 Wisconsin Hmong Family Strengthening Helpline at 1-877-740-4292.